and welcome to the Gotham Outsiders, our Batman Pride Party. This is the second of our Pride specials this year. I am changing out all the batarangs for I Love My Gay Son pens. I'm your host, Bat Obsessive Chris, and replacing Mr. Freeze's Ray with the confetti gun, my co-host TJ.
Hello, everyone. I am your Chris proclaimed Batman acolyte, and we have some more amazing guests joining us today.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. So we have a variety of stories featured today through all of your contributions to them. Could we go around and introduce yourselves with your pronouns and then say what story or stories you worked on?
Sure. Hi, I am Enrica Angiolini, or Eren, you might choose a name. My pronouns are they, she, and I am a colorist and illustrator, and I am here because I have been so lucky to be part of this project coloring two stories. So I'm on the Team Drake and the Kid Quick stories for this second amazing DC Pride.
And thank you for coming back. It was great chatting last year, and your stories last year were fantastic, and they were fantastic this year too.
They really were.
It's a pleasure to be here again.
Oh. And Marissa, do you want to go next?
Sure. My name is Marissa. My pronouns are she, her. I worked on the Nubia story and the Batwoman story.
Ooh.
So good.
And thank you again for joining us again.
Yes.
Oh, my pleasure.
Lovely to see you.
Great to be here.
And then lastly, Greg, would you like to go?
Of course. My name is Greg Lockard. My pronouns are he, him, and I wrote the script to the Ray story in this year's anthology, and it's called Public Display of Electromagnetism.
What a title.
Yes, loved
Very
it.
cute.
All so good.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us, Greg.
Yeah, thank you for having me. This is fun.
Yeah. So Marissa, to you first.
Sure.
You worked on two very different stories,
Yes.
Nubia and Batwoman. Did you approach coloring the two stories differently based on the tone, and how does that work in your mind?
Yeah, on these two, the Nubia story even has two sections on it. So we wanted that flashback sequence. And then when I was working with Megan Hetrick on it, she and I talked pretty regularly, and she was entertaining herself on the drawing by like trying to go real 90s on it. And then she was like, Marissa, do you want to try to go real 90s on it? Like make it neon colors? And I'm like, yeah, I'll do that. And I'll give it like, I'll go era accurate on the colors and then use the printing techniques. And then I added like distress and stuff to it to make it look like an old comic, and offset the plates a little, just so it's just like a little fun to look at. And then there's that, sunset in the opening sequence. And then the tone of that one was just supposed to be like a little silly, a little romantic. And then for the Batwoman one, we wanted a much sterner look. So I went very neutral in the colors, very neutral in the lights, and just tried to keep it with the stark Batwoman aesthetic.
Yeah. I have to say, I loved the like lesbian wrestling colors that were happening. It was so great.
Yeah, I just we pulled Andrea, the editor, she pulled a bunch of reference for me, and so I was able to make sure like colors were really accurate and things like that. And I used to work on some wrestling comics, so it wasn't unfamiliar territory for me.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
It was so fun.
Good.
I love when comics do like the old timey look. So
Yeah.
You had me.
It's always nice to be able to squeeze in a little bit of fun and entertainment for yourself when you're working.
And now, Greg, your story with the Ray, we saw something tackled that we don't see addressed in comics or even all media very often, queer intimacy and the ongoing struggles queer people face with PDA, no matter their age, even after coming out. How did you decide to tell this story, and why was the Ray the right character to do it with?
That's a great question. The it came out of, you know, the Ray trying to do a Ray story in the Justice League of America continuity, and the interesting setup there from that run was that Ray had this essentially work boyfriend, like in Xenos, that he was just part of the story. So I thought it'd be interesting to, do sort of awkward work romance, which is pretty universal for everyone. And I thought it would fit in nicely with Pride because it, you know, a lot of it's just a sweet story. I mean, it's, you know, they're Ray's working through some massive traumas, and you know, we acknowledge those, and those are, you know, Steve Orlando in the original run did a really great job with those. But we just wanted to give him and Xenos like a small, cute story that could give them the PDA that they didn't really get that much of in the original run too. So yeah, it was all really built around like giving them like a positive and giving the readers a positive image of a PDA.
Yeah.
I thought it was very effective.
I was going to say it definitely
Thank you.
was. And I know we highlighted especially the found family aspects of the Justice League were really sweet to us as well.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. I mean, those are my favorite, you know, or all our favorite. Like, I mean, I'm sure like you as Batman fans, you know, the Batman family, X-Men, Justice League in various incarnations. All like, I love those comics where it is a found family, whether it's queer or not, and we can all bring our own whatever insights to that. So it was just, it was really joyful to do that. I'm glad
absolutely.
it clicked.
It definitely did. Absolutely. And now to you, Eren. Your colors also added so much to your stories. As always, in full disclosure, this is one of TJ and I's favorites in the whole anthology.
Yes.
Yes, very much so.
Biased.
Biased, yes. We've always loved him. Have you been following Tim Drake's ongoing coming out story as eagerly as we have? What was it like getting to work on such intimate scenes between him and Bernard? And do you have a favorite teen Justice character, either as a fan or to work on?
I knew you would love Tim Drake. The story I remember from last year, and I thought when I got the invite, I was like, yes, I know, I know, I did right by them this year, bringing them some Tim Drake. I was very happy I got this. I was I haven't read everything about this cute, lovely couple, but I've been enamored with all the art that I've seen. I've read bits here and there, and it's just wonderful. And of course, I've had to look for specific scenes from previous issues because the story references specific images, and I wanted them to be exactly as like the bar scene. The bar had to be exactly the same color. The skating ring, it had to be the exactly the same atmosphere because I wanted the people who had read those stories to have a proper flashback moment to when they were reading the previous issues. So I did some digging and reading, and I just adored everything. And it was really great because I had seen that Travis had announced that he was going to do the story, and I was just like, I would really love to color Travis one day. I really like his work. And so I saw the picture, the announcement come up on Instagram, and he said, oh, I'm doing this, and I left a comment and I said, if you don't have a colorist yet,
oh my God, I
would love to do this, because we've been following each other for some time, but we've never worked together. And I told Michael McAllister, who's my editor for both the stories, and also was my editor on Justice League and now on Teen Justice. And so he knew that I was ready to pounce on the second volume. So I was like, is this that Tim Drake thing? I think especially because I really like kind of like playing with painterly styles a little bit. So this was on Travis. It's like, yes, Tim Drake, Travis, good. This is mine. I want this. And so it was absolutely great to get to work on that. And the favorite, it's a very difficult question.
Yeah,
I am absolutely so happy to bring back Jess again.
Yeah.
And because we had them last year, and then with not upcoming anymore, it's out now, but with the new Multiversity Teen Justice, we have the whole team, and I'm so happy that everyone can finally see them because we've been working on it for a little bit. And so having this chance to do another Jess, because it's still Jess, but it's a very different style or very different look to the whole story, was great. If I had to choose one favorite of all, I don't know, I think Jess is very special for me at the moment, being non-binary and seeing them in the pages, but they're also great, and I can't wait for everyone to see how they all their like relationships and interactions with each other, because another fun family, another beautiful, interesting series of relationships and mechanics and stories.
Oh yeah, we absolutely loved it. So I can't say enough how much fun it was.
Yeah, I mean, Jess is great. Jess is so fun and I love them. But right now I am obsessed with Raven and Troy,
Me
which
too.
probably doesn't shock you. And,
it's so great. We've had already a few fun arts pop up even before the release of issue 1. And yes,
that's always the best.
Very cute. And you and Travis are the dream team. So
yeah,
feel free to give me another Tim Drake story anytime.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I love that you just shot your shot. Look at you.
Yeah. I'm at this point, I am past the point of maybe I shouldn't do this. I don't know. I'm past that. And I think that's like actually that's something that I would suggest to everyone who's like who is in the business and would like to try something maybe that they haven't done yet, or collaborate with someone. Just put it out there.
Yeah, I always say, if you're not going to be your own cheerleader, who will? So go.
Well, we will. We'll be your cheerleader, but
yeah,
right. Us. That's the answer. We will.
The answer is us.
Worst can happen is they say, sorry, we have someone else. Maybe next year.
Yeah, exactly. Right. There's no harm, no foul, right?
And now, do any of you have a favorite moment from your stories you'd like to share? One that you're particularly proud of, or something that you're personally just a fan of?
So I think that for me, I really liked, I loved doing all the flashback scenes in the Tim Drake story. And I think for me, the panel in which they're playing in the sea with all the waves crashing and the sunset, that was very fun. And I got to painting the sea is not very easy. Like coloring, it's like, especially because, I mean, if you're doing an illustration is one thing, but when you have to match the style of drawing that someone has, and then also kind of like bring your style and then make them work with a specific thing, sometimes it's a bit difficult because water is difficult. That's just how it is. And I wanted to do something special. I don't think the script did not say that it had to be at sunset, but I was trying. If you look at all the flashbacks, they're all kind of like color coded in different colors. So like one is more pinkish, one is more orange, one is more green. It's kind of like it to be like a rainbow to tie with all the rainbow flag idea, to have like kind of like their story in rainbow colors. And so I wanted that to be a sunset because that's the perfect sunset scene for me. When I saw the line, I was like, yes, this is great. And I had so much fun. And I studied the colors of one of my favorite colorists of all, who's Tomel Morey. And he's incredible at painting water, waves. And so I just looked at pages that he's done, and I tried to learn. And so that was a very romantic scene and also very good learning experience. So that's a really special panel for me.
I'm so glad you described that one, because that is my favorite panel in the whole story. So I got so excited when you said that.
The beach one?
The beach one. It's the best.
It's because they're shirtless, right? Okay.
It's because it's romantic, but also
just one reason.
Shirtless.
It's very tasty though. They're shirtless, but it's very delicate. It's not. It's good.
I think I also really liked my flashback in all my flashbacks were really fun to do on my Batwoman one. I tried to push the colors like a little more yellow green to really pop her red and like set up the contrast of those like much grayer colors in the start of the 4-page story. So yeah, that was nice.
Oh my gosh, that flashback with Kate and her dad, and he's just like, I accept you. Like
Yeah.
that got me. That was a good moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I guess I would say the last page of the story, and then to try to describe it in a way without ruining the reading experience, there's just like a really beautiful close-up of Ray that Julio, the artist, is just really great at drawing really expressive faces and eyes, and like it's really just an intimate effect, I think, for the reader, and or at least for me as the reader. And then I had like a little moment of joy, kind of Moulin Rouge moment for their kiss. Like we went really overboard, and that was just really thank you. That was really delightful to like let that darling go through. It got past Andrea and everyone, so
We called
it was
it
nice. It was.
We
nice.
called it the Dirty Dancing lift on our show.
Oh, that's better. That's good too. Yeah. I mean, that was the whole setup of the movie thing, was to give them like their iconic but queer movie romance moment.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. I love that you got that.
Oh yes, absolutely.
From it. Yeah. Dirty Dancing too. That's cool.
Yeah, that's immediately what I thought of, and I loved it.
That's awesome.
So every year, DC keeps adding more queer members to the family, as like we have Connor Hawke this year. If you could predict or what you would hope, who is the big DC character that's going to come out next?
Huh.
I don't know. I mean, I think they're maybe expanding some more asexual characters, but I don't know. I don't have any guesses who it might be. But
That would be incredible.
I think some asexual representation is maybe next on the horizon.
Okay, awesome.
I think that'd be great. I would say maybe more than having a guess as to who would be the next, I would guess or hope that we get to see maybe a bit more established stories or relationships or moments of the ones who have come out, and maybe can come out a bit more outside of DC Pride or similar projects, and this is for comics all around, I would say.
That's a really great point.
Yeah, having them be queer or just be, not necessarily because they're queer, but just fight crime and do cool stuff and jump off huge buildings and don't squish on the floor while being queer. That's great.
Be queer, fight crimes. Got it.
Give me both. Make Nightwing bisexual, but also give Connor Hawke an ongoing.
Yeah, exactly. We're greedy.
Yeah, or even, I'm very happy that we get to see more Poison Ivy out there with beautiful things. I still have to grab the issues, but the cover is just are incredible.
So
and
good.
We've seen lots of Harley and Ivy around, and I just hope that characters like them or just get to be more in general outside of issues that maybe are meant to celebrate, which are great, but also let's bring them to the everyday without having to label them all the time, maybe, which is
well
still
said.
Progress, but one step at a time.
Exactly.
What about you, Greg? Any hopes or wishes? Is there a character you're like, just let me do this?
I mean, like who I ship?
I mean, you can answer that too.
I mean, is it Tim Drake and Connor Kent? Because
well, I mean, that's why, that, like Enrica was saying it so beautifully. Like, I mean, all the major like families in the DCU are like starting or gonna say, you know, like there's representation within all
Yeah.
those groups, so that's kind of nice. So yeah, I would just like to see it be like in the books,
Mhm.
like yeah, just like you know, like just like normal, yeah, like that
Yeah.
part, just part of the deal.
Yeah. Now I
I
do
was
want to know
as
who
a-
you ship. Like, you got to tell us that too.
Well, I mean, but Aquaman right now has good representation, but like
That's true.
Arthur Curry was, that's how I answered on like as this question keeps coming up. Like
Love it.
Aquaman is my like first crush for sure.
Yeah. Do you ship him with somebody or just in general with a man?
Just with you, with yourself.
Self-insert.
self-ship.
Self-insert comic.
Right.
Love it.
Yeah, just like me as some like lonely lighthouse keeper.
Oh my God, that's so
No,
cute.
I'm just kidding, I'm kidding. No, but I would like to see like I think it'd be fun for like the Martians. Like I would like to see
Yes.
like because that's like I mean like you see with like Mystique and the like I just think shape-shifting is inherently queer. So that would
Yes.
be cool to explore there. I think that would be like the first place I would go. And then maybe the other one would be like Shazam family.
Yes.
Like giving out all my best ideas right now, but you've inspired them. So everyone,
Good.
yeah.
Good.
I think the Shazam family, when they're like allowed to be campy and fun, like
Mhm.
they're at their best. And
Yeah.
I think they're also developing like better representation, I think. But that would be kind of cool too to have.
Yeah.
If there isn't maybe already in development, or maybe I haven't read a certain story, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know of anything that has been announced at least.
Okay. Okay.
Your shifter comment reminded me, I was playing Transformers with my 10-year-old nephew, and he's like, if they can transform, why do they have a gender? If you could transform, wouldn't you be all genders?
Yeah.
I was like, yes.
Kids are that's awesome.
Kids are the future.
Points were made.
Yeah. That's so cool. Yeah, no, it's great. I mean, I feel like even not kids, but like I'm a little bit older maybe on the scale of this anthology, and it's just like that part makes me happy is to see like things getting better.
Yeah,
you
the
know?
kids are all right.
Yeah, they really are. It's just the adults we gotta.
No, yeah. Now to them.
Right. Yeah.
And now, do any of you have any other queer media that you're enjoying that you'd like to recommend to our listeners? It could be any platform.
I know everybody loves Our Flag Means Death, which was great.
Yes.
But if you haven't done Black Sails, that's also really good. The first season, pretty bumpy, just pirates having sex, but trust me that it's really, really good once we get over that little bump.
It didn't sound bad the way you just described it.
It's really bad. It's really bad at first. The first few episodes, you're like, why am I watching this?
All I'm
but then
hearing
once
is
it gets
pirate
good,
sex,
it's amazing.
so.
I agree with everything you just said. It's an amazing show. First season was, well, I mean, it's just, I think it's 7 or 8 episodes. It's not a very long one.
Yeah.
So I thought, maybe I don't know, I want to watch stuff, so I'll watch this. And then season 2 it becomes incredible. So I absolutely approve.
All right, I gotta add Black Sails to my list apparently.
Yes. And for me, I'll take this chance to do a little shout out to a little thing that I'm working on. I'm not sure exactly when this is coming out, so I don't know if it will be too late. But in the meantime, I'll say to the people who are in this call right now that I'm part of a charity zine that is called Sparkle and Sea, and it's a queer merfolk zine, and the profits go to trans and non-binary associations. And yeah, everyone drew whatever they wanted to draw, as long as it was mermaids, merfolk, mermen, and there's queer representation and diverse characters. And we are holding a crowdfunding campaign right now. It should be until I think mid to end of July, if I remember correctly. And yeah, you can find us on the social medias as Sparkle and Sea Zine or Sparkle and Sea.
You're speaking my language because I was a Little Mermaid kid.
He really was.
It's very cute. That's very cute.
Greg, what about you? Any queer media that you're digesting right now?
Yes, a lot. I was trying to which should I plug?
You can drop a few if there's more than one.
Well, I really enjoyed, I don't know if Fire Island, the rom-com that just came out on Hulu.
The Pride and Prejudice retelling.
Yes. Okay.
I've been meaning to watch that.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Then I'm glad I'm bringing it up because I want to push you to do it. It's just really sweet and fun. And I think it Fire Island is a little vacation spot out here in the New York area. And I love it. And it just represents the feeling of being the island of misfit toys there. That's just really nice too. It honors the island in my opinion and still shows a new story there. And it's really, really sweet and really funny. Yeah, that would be my rec. And then if I could plug a personal project.
Please.
There's Liebestrasse, which is my first graphic novel as a writer, because most of my work in comics is an editorial. And it's co-created with Tim Fish, who is an indie comics creator who's done lots of gay queer work over the years. And it's coming out from Dark Horse next week. It was a Comixology project. And it's now coming to print. And
that's amazing.
That's all I can think about. Yeah.
That's so exciting.
Thank you. Yes, very exciting. And right now kind of in the thick of promo for that too. So it's been a fun June for sure. But yeah, Fire Island, definitely. It's fun. I just watched it again Saturday morning.
Oh my God. Okay. I want to watch it tonight.
I'm going to watch it. I swear.
Okay.
It looks good.
Good. Yeah.
All right. So if you could take one character from the DC Pride stories to actual Pride with you, who would you take?
Well, we've seen it's Jess is not very good with schedules,
Yes.
which we knew because speedsters.
Mm-hmm.
But they seem very fun. It did go pretty well in the story, so I might trust them. But I think if I could completely be a fangirl, I would go with Poison Ivy and have some redhead ginger power at Pride.
I love that.
I always want to hang out with Ivy too because I like how stern she is. Plus,
it's very sexy.
yeah, she seems like she'd be really fun to go to Pride with. Maybe we could introduce some chaos, but not too much chaos.
We're all Ivy fuckers, is what I'm hearing. I support this.
I would maybe John Kent, because I feel like I was very inspired by the flag cape soaring over the crowd moment. That was very cute, but also stunty and attention grabbing. And I thought that would be kind of fun.
Extra.
It's full camp, yes.
Yeah.
And maybe he'll swoop you up and kiss you over the crowd. You never know. That was a good moment.
Yeah, right? We'll go for the high drama moments.
And now this isn't a question we had prepared, but last year we asked everyone what it meant to be a part of the anthology. And while Marissa and Eren have answered that already, Greg, I wanted to give you a moment just to reflect on that too.
Okay. I'll try to do it without crying.
You can cry. It's a safe space.
Well, no, I'm very appreciative. And I was an editor at DC. I started at DC as an intern, and the majority of my comics book career was there. And it was always really positive as an out gay employee. And there was always support on the inside. And so to see, this group of editors, last year, then again this year, and the support actually even builds within the company, is just knowing how hard it is on the inside to get these things approved and to build that momentum, and it just makes me so happy. So yeah, especially and then like knowing most, if not all, the editors involved, like as humans, is really cool. So yeah, no, I cried when Andrea asked me. I cried during the scripting process. So like, yeah, it's just really, really special to me.
Yeah,
it's a big deal.
it is.
Yeah. I mean, look, I just the five of us just talking just makes us all happy like immediately, and that's just really powerful.
Absolutely.
Well, congratulations to all of you for a job well done. For the first time for Greg and for Marissa and Eren, once
Thank
again,
you.
like you keep bringing it every year and hopefully for
Thank
years to
you.
come.
Yeah. Before we go, can I give a quick plug?
Yes, that's what we were about to ask,
sure.
actually.
Yeah.
So everyone can give their plugs and where to find you on social media.
Well, this is just for some local Philly LGBT youth centers.
Yeah.
Like stuff. What I cried out to. I don't know if you guys know, but stuff's really hard in Philadelphia right now. Like just down the street from me, there was 3 mass shootings in 2 hours. And the kids are having a really hard time here. But the adults are too. But there's groups like the RHD Morris Home that are trying to get people care and support because there's like a lot of mental health crises happening in our community. And there's the Attic Youth Center and the William Way LGBT Community Center, and it has been so frightening for me the way the rhetoric has really exploded these past few weeks. And we are so lucky to be in a time where we can be much more open and much more out, and the kids are understanding things way better than they did when I was a kid. But that means that some really hateful people are getting frightened and taking it out on people who are more vulnerable. So like now it's really an important time for everybody to step up, because all we can do is protect each other.
Absolutely.
And that's always been one of our community strengths.
Yeah. And that was a really important thing to bring up. Like, while this miniseries is celebrating this issue, like things are getting ugly out in the world, you know, as they get better, people push back against those things. And we need to stand together. So thank you so much for bringing that up.
Yeah, we'll link all of those when we send out the episode too.
Yeah, I can send you the links.
Please do.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then where can our guests find you on social media? And do you guys have any other projects they should be looking out for?
Let's see. I'm at Marissa Draws on Twitter. I'm doing the Azrael book coming up.
Nice.
I'm so excited for that.
It looks really cool. Hassan is doing the lettering. It is so beautiful. Like, it's just crazy beautiful.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, I love Azrael, so I'm psyched.
Who? No, I'm kidding.
EJ.
I'm kidding.
For me, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram as Eren Angiolini. And I am, as we mentioned, currently coloring the Multiversity Teen Justice series.
So good.
It is.
Thank you. With again, Ivan and Danny, who worked with me on the Kid Quick story for Pride, and with Marco Faila on the pencils for Teen Justice, and it's great fun. And it's queer, it's fun. And yeah, I hope everyone enjoys it.
Yeah. Greg?
I am at Greg Lockard on Twitter, and at my old AOL screen name on Instagram, which is Pink Pop Prescription with like an RX. So it's if you can't find it, it's fine. It's bad marketing. And Levo Strasser comes out next week, and then I'm editing a really fun project that you can read for free. Everyone can read for free. It's called The Oddly Pedestrian Life of Christopher Chaos.
Ooh, that
And
title.
It's a mouth. Yeah. It's a
I
mouthful.
love it. I love it.
Yeah, it's super cute. And it's created by James Tinian, and it's in his Substack currently as a digital comic. But you know, it's a lot of queer creators are working on it, and the cast is super queer, and it's sort of like a classic horror superhero high school mashup. It's delightful.
That sounds amazing. It really does.
Yeah.
We're on the same page,
yeah.
Chris.
Yeah, we are.
Cool. Yeah, I'll send you guys a link to that too, because that one's pretty.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Amazing. All right. It has been so lovely having you all on today. It was really fun.
Yeah,
Thank you
you
for
so
having us.
much.
Lovely to be
Yeah.
here again.
Yeah, it was good to see you both again and good to meet you, Greg.
Good to meet you too. This was
nice to meet you,
lovely.
Greg.
Yeah, I know. Internet friends.
Yes.
Yeah, I love it.
And hopefully we'll get to talk again next year. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Exactly.
Yes.
Many more
One
of
way or
these.
another.
Too many more.
Yeah.